It may not look like it, but I actually just washed this suit maybe one trip ago into the bee yard, and no matter what, it's like I can't really get it as clean as it was the day I bought it. But I got to tell you, I love this suit. I got this suit in 2016 from Guardian Bee Apparel, and Terry Chapman, back then, he started a crowdfunding. I happened to get in on it, and lucky for me, because I love this suit. And it served me so well for so long. But I was at the North American Honeybee Expo, and Terry was there, and I got to chat with him a little bit about how much I love my suit, and I kept looking at the nice white suits, and so I got me a brand new suit. Started looking at it, and Terry was kind of giving me the lowdown on some of the changes that he made, and I didn't think you could improve on the last suit, but you absolutely could. Here's some things that number one, that's important to me: always buy good stuff. Always buy good stuff. You know, it's like, I can't tell you how many beginning beekeepers I see, and they bought like the $15 suit from, or $50 suit or something from Amazon because it was one of the cheaper ones. Well, guess what? They got what they wanted. This is a ventilated suit, and I need a ventilated suit for the summer. Now, I've got an old crappy coat that I wear in the winter. It doesn't offer me much protection, but I don't need that much protection because I've got bees inside the hive. I'm not doing that much outside. In the summer though, it gets crazy hot here. I mean, just insanely hot. And it's not the heat, it's the humidity. So when you've got 95 degrees and you're working in the bee yard and the humidity is in the low 70s, it is just miserable. So to be able to have this suit ventilated gives you a little bit of breathe in and out. I've never been stung with one of these suits on. They sting, I'm sure, but it doesn't get through the suit. And I don't know if you can see it, but I'm wearing a black t-shirt and black shorts. You should be able to see through that to see that I'm pretty darn comfortable. So here's some of the features that I really like about it. You got pockets. You got lots of pockets. And this is the one pocket I like the most, is it's a great place to keep your tool. So I have worn this into the bee yard twice, I guess. You think a little bit of stain there. But I'm getting used to the tool back here, and I'm figuring out how to get it in and how to get it out of there without much effort. But it's nice to have it back there, and it's hanging out really well. And the cool thing about the pocket on this is that it's lined on the inside. So you're not gonna rip through your suit and hurt yourself. Other features I like that I'm able to Velcro down my wrists really tight. So nothing's getting in. And if there's anything I despise, it's going, I got something crawling up my arm, and I know what it is, and I know it's gonna hurt really quick. So being able to Velcro these off has been a really nice new feature. Previously, the suits had a thumb strap, but it didn't clamp down on your hand as tight. So I like that. I love the fact that it's got knee pads. Not really knee pads, but he's covered up the knees on it, so that if you're on the ground, or you need to have something against your leg, you're not against your suit. You're not gonna rip your suit. My knees on my other one are shot. And it's just something that he's learned over time. But what is one of the most important features of this? And this is where, again, don't go cheap. Do you hear me? Don't go cheap. Metal zippers. Metal zippers are a must. I can't tell you how quickly a plastic zipper will break on you at the worst possible time, or possibly pop apart. If you're gonna get a suit with metal zippers. I also like the fact that the zippers on this go all the way down, which makes sense, but you also have zippers that go all the way up and down on the side of the legs. So it's really easy to get in and out of this suit. It's just a smart thinking thing to do. So you're not fighting if you're wearing long pants underneath or something else. It's just easy to get in and out of it. And here's another cool feature I like, is that the zipper also goes up. So you got the opportunity to still stay fastened up here, but reach into a pocket, grab something if you need to. But you don't have to zip it all the way up. You can just zip it a little bit if you needed to. I think you get the idea of what I'm talking about. Okay, now I want to show you the feature that sold me on this in 2016 or 15, I think 16. And I went, oh my God, I've got to have that. And that feature is the veil. The veils on these looks kind of like any other veil, correct? But here's the difference, and here's what I really like, is that these veils, these veils zip all the way off. Or, if you need to, they zip just a little bit. So that if you've got a water bottle with a straw, you can get a drink in the field and not have to worry about taking your veil off, which is critically important. And I think if you read Terry's website, it tells you that that was one of the reasons he invented this. That he overheated in a bee yard and had no way to get water, and he didn't want to take the time to do it. So that's what I love about it. But I also love the fact that I have bee yards in 3 separate locations that I go to. Each one of them, I don't want to unsuit and suit back up. And I don't want to completely take my veil off because it's kind of a pain in the neck. If you've ever driven in your car with your veil to your back, you know that it's like always in the back. It's just not comfortable. I can drive with this veil on because I can zip it down. That's another thing I just absolutely love about it. So I can't say enough. I would say one thing, this suit, I got a slightly different veil than my original suit. In the original suit, the veil came up one more level. What I have found with this is that it works well, but I was out in the bee yard, it was a little bit windy, and I was having a hard time with it pushing up against my nose. But I solved all that by just simply wearing a hat, which is good anyway, because then it keeps the sweat off my brow, especially in the summer. But that would be the only thing that I would say was a little bit different, maybe a little bit more material in front. But as you can see, as I'm standing here now, it's not really an issue. And I'm able to bend down and move back and forth and do a little jig, and it's not up against my face. So it's not that big of an issue. So if you're looking for a great suit, I highly recommend Guardian Bee Apparel. I'm not being sponsored by Terry. I did tell him I was probably going to shoot a video for our YouTube page, and he did give me a pretty nifty Guardian Bee Apparel hive tool. Although, actually, I think he was giving everybody hive tools or something. But I don't know if he gave everybody this super, super cool sticker. So I guess, But as I said, I'm not sponsored by Terry. I'm not sponsored by Guardian. I just say if you want a great suit, I definitely think that you need to look into this. And if you got any questions, leave them down in the comments below. And as always, like and subscribe because it's what keeps us going. Thank you so much.